Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome into the Rest Up Podcast. As you guys can see, it is indeed a little different. We have two very special guests with us today. Real quick, if you just want to go with your names and, you know, who you guys are.
Who are you guys?
Yeah.
That'd be great. This is great.
My name is Mystery. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
I'm Macy.
Who are you?
Yeah, who are you guys?
I'm Tim's girlfriend.
Okay.
And I'm John's girlfriend, believe it or not.
Amazing.
Gotta humble you off the bat.
So today we thought we're going to do something different. And yeah, right, we're just going to, I don't know, Tim, what do we have planned for this? Not much.
Yeah, we're just gonna go throughout our journeys, talk about how the Lord has impacted our relationships and see where it leads us. And also, we got new merch. We got new merch. We got the girl shirts that Macy actually made herself on her iPad. It was amazing. So if you want a shirt, link in the description.
Link in the description, and we'll have the photos right here.
Yes,
we'll have a little sponsored segment, if you will.
Yep.
I gotta be honest though, they're pretty tough. Guys, if you guys want them to, go ahead and just order them. They're pretty valid. I like them a lot. You guys know, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. You guys know what to do. Editor, roll that intro. Well, welcome back to the Rest Up Podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in week after week. Big shout out to you guys. Macy, Tim, how did you guys meet?
Macy, you want to take it from here?
Sure. Tim and I met at Walking Wisely 2 years ago. It's kind of like a church camp in Vieira, and we were just friends. We weren't really close friends. We just knew of each other. And we just were in a friend group together, and we didn't really start talking until a little bit after that. Yeah. But we met at church at Vera, and we still attend there. So yeah.
Why?
During the summer is when Macy and I got a lot closer. We would talk almost every day. And Macy would bring up, hey, I want to get baptized soon. I was like, man, that's amazing. I also want to get baptized soon. But the problem with me is that I had to change up the date every 5-6 days. I was like, I want to do it on this day. Oh no, I want to do it on this day. And I was just very uncertain how or when I wanted to do it. And it turned out that me and Macy actually ended up getting baptized on the same day without it being planned. After that happening, I was like, man, this might be actually a calling from God. Maybe me and Macy should get closer. Maybe this is my way
Using God as a wingman.
Hey, yo.
Honestly.
This is a wingman here. All right, W Riz.
That's so fun.
And then Macy, what did I do at camp?
On the last day of camp, Tim asked me to be his girlfriend.
Aww.
Did we think
so
about
cute.
it, or was it just yeah, let's do it? How was the response to it?
Well, it was a bit dramatic. All my friends were screaming. Now that I look back on it, it was so dumb. The way that we all reacted. But I mean, Tim's my first boyfriend, and I'm his first girlfriend, so it was just kind of cheesy, I guess. But I knew that if he did ask me, I would say yes, but I didn't know when he would ask me, and I wasn't really in a rush, I guess. But I feel like camp was really special because we met at a camp, and then we started dating at a camp. And then
So you're gonna get married at a camp?
We'll see. I'm joking, but
sorry, don't mean to.
no, but churches, we have a lot of milestones. We went on a mission trip together. Our first mission trip was together, and I feel like that's really special because that just shows that we bond through church, and that's really special for a relationship. So, but the reaction was good. I was really excited, and yeah, and then we just hung out a lot over the summer and just started dating, and yeah.
I'd say one of the really cool things about me and Macy's relationship is that like every big like revival event that me or Macy have had in our lives, we've like been there together.
That's so cool.
For example, like the real big one is probably Costa Rica. To experience Costa Rica together, to see those kids together, just it's just a life lesson that we get to learn together. It's not something that I have to bring home and tell her. It's something that we can really like bond over. Something else is just like summer camps, fall retreats, all of those. Big one was really rest, really. Her and I, I thought about it, and then I told her about it, and she came a part of it, and she's helped me a lot. Like of course she's doing great. She's got her own design right now. She's just really making a name for herself, and I really like how everything that really like is life changing, I could say I've experienced with Macy, and I think that's freaking amazing.
You guys are gonna need tissues. No, that's awesome. Really, honestly, that's awesome. I'm a little jealous.
Well, it comes with ups and downs because
Oh, yeah.
obviously, like, I'm a senior and Tim's a junior, so next year he's going to go to camp in Costa Rica and all that by himself, and I won't be there. So that's just kind of another thing that's now, but I think it's also a blessing because we have all these experiences together, but I feel like now it's time for Tim to experience it with his group and with his friends because I mean, most of the time when we were in Costa Rica and stuff like that, we were together and doing it together. And Tim was also like an addition. He wasn't supposed to come to Costa Rica because it was only seniors. And I told him that he should reach out if there was any available spots. And his soccer coach texted him and was like, do you want to come? Like, we have a spot. So he was never originally supposed to come. And I feel like that was God's way of just showing us that, I mean, literally everything that we've done together has been at camp, and I feel like it was so special for you to come. Mm-hmm. But now it's time for him to go with his group and his friends and experience that with them. But then there's also downs that I just won't be there, so finding different community other than that, because I will be graduating and I won't be at Edge or anything like that anymore. So, I mean, I'm definitely excited for him, but it's also, like, scary for me. Like, what am I going to do? Like, does that make sense? Like, I don't know, but, yeah.
You can't go? Like, you can't go on the mission trip? It's only for
seniors.
Yeah.
Rising seniors.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you go and be, like, a leader?
Well, I applied for the internship in Costa Rica. It was 5 weeks. They only picked 2, and they didn't pick any girls from CAV. Wow. So it was kind of, I wanted to go for 5 weeks because the Lord really put it on my heart, but I just think that maybe I need to like wait a little longer. I think that was his way of saying like, calm down. Like you just went, like mature a little bit and then take that big step. But one of the guys from CAV got it, and that's super exciting for him. And he like speaks Spanish and stuff like that. So I think that's a great opportunity for him. But I just don't think it was in my plans this year. But I did apply. I want to go back. So, and I got offered to go to Romania, but I just decided to wait for Costa Rica because I don't want to just blow it off because that was really important for me in that mission trip. So I think I'm just going to wait and maybe apply next year and just see where that goes. But let's see. Yeah.
Do you know like what direction you want to go in when you graduate?
Yeah, medical. So I'm working on my bachelor's right now in biomedical sciences, and then hopefully PA school, and then just work in a hospital or something like that. But that God really laid that on my heart to help others know him through medical stuff, I guess. Yeah. So, but I've always wanted to do something medical when I was younger, and that's just kind of my passion. And I feel like I've been like making disciples here, but I want to make disciples for people who maybe don't make it that far, and I'm taking care of them and saying like, do you know Jesus? Like they're not doing too good. Like this is their last opportunity. And I feel like that's really laid on my heart to be their one way of seeking God. So so I'm really excited about that. But it's also scary because it's coming up soon. I mean, I'll graduate next May with my bachelor's. So at 18 years old, so that's not really known for. So I'm a little scared,
insane.
but I mean, we'll just see how that goes. But definitely something medical. I'm really interested in that. So, yeah.
That's fire. Tim,
Yeah.
what about you?
The Lord's put 100 different paths in my life. So the last 2 years, it's been really, really hard to just find out like what I want to do. Where should I go? Out of state, in state, out of the country, in the country. I don't know. But this year specifically, I feel like my relationship with God has grown more. I've been more consistent. The Lord has revealed more things to me each and every day, actually. And lately, I've been feeling a pastoral position, like in the church. So I've been trying to work on like what I can do now to get me to get where I need to be. And I've been talking to my youth pastor, and he says, like, honestly, if you just hang out with me a lot, like, that's one thing that's, like, really easy that you can do to stay connected with the church and hopefully be a leader later. I'm also trying to, one of my goals is to go to Liberty University. They have, like, a lot of, I guess, like, they have a lot of bachelor degrees where I can go into church ministry, church leadership, Bible school, whatever I really want to do. They have a lot of options. And the Lord's really, really put that on my heart like the past couple of days, the couple of weeks. I've been thinking about it every single day, to be honest. And so I really
Fire
hope,
school.
yeah,
I like it.
I really hope that works out. But I've always felt like a leader. I mean, through
I would've never
soccer. What'd you say?
I would have never guessed it.
Like through soccer, through literally just like school assignments. I'm always like the one, like, I don't know, but it's just like I've always been like a born leader, and I really want to do what I love most. I mean, the more I think about it, like the thing I love most is spending time in community with people who love Jesus, and that's my passion. So the only reason like to not do that is because the enemy is telling me not to, you know? I mean, like, I don't want a full-time job, but that gets me a lot of money that I don't like. There's no point in me doing that, really. I wouldn't be happy. My dad's experienced that. He worked in a bank for, honestly, like
Ever.
6, like 9, 20, I don't even know, a lot of years, and he was miserable. That's why we were here today. And
Thank
so,
God.
yeah, I know, yeah. So I definitely don't want to go back to do the same mistake my dad did.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I appreciate y'all being open.
Mhm.
Letting us know. Tim, you got anything for us? I know you got something cooking up.
All right. I want to hear this. How'd you guys meet?
So we met, 5 years ago? 6 years ago?
Oh my gosh, it was
2018.
Was it 2018
2017?
or 2019? It was 2019. Yes, it was 2019.
Sure.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm
It was
taking
like-
your word for it.
It was. Yeah, it was 2019. Yes. 99% sure.
No, we started
16.
training in December of 2019.
No, we started training December of 2018.
Right.
Because when I graduated high school,
Yeah.
I was still 17.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go on. That's how I remember. Yeah.
So
2019.
yeah, so even longer than that. So we're in
What's been 6 years then?
6 years.
Technically.
Yeah. So I was like a shift lead, and Mystery worked in the kitchen, and I had a schedule of everybody's name. One of the things I would do is I would go down the list and go talk to every single person and see if they wanted to be there. Because if they didn't, I don't want them, you know?
Yeah.
Like if they weren't in the mood to be there and want to have customer service and take care of people, if they didn't want that, door's right there. So I get this list. So I get the name on it, and I see Mystery with an I. And I'm like, wow, what an interesting name. Like, you know, I can't even picture who it is. Like, I don't recognize anyone. Like, I know most of the names, but this name really stuck out to me. So I'm like, oh, okay, kitchen. All right, time to go over. And, with my list, I'd just be cracking jokes. And I was like, hey, what's up, mystery? And she used to, give me, a death stare.
Yeah, I'm surprised when you said customer service. I was like, I'm surprised you didn't kick me out because I never gave you the time of day.
I couldn't. I had no authority over the kitchen.
Buddy.
Miss Michelle.
You can't get me out of the kitchen.
Yeah. That was Miss Michelle's, shebang.
I loved her.
But everything on the floor, if the GM or the AGM wasn't there, I was in charge of it. So that's what started it, and then we were all in one big employee group chat. So I ended up adding her through that. I just added everyone, which was 30 people or something like that.
Yeah, it was a really big work
So
group chat.
then we left. She left before I did because I thought I could do my part to try to save the company, but it didn't work out.
That job was awful.
By
the way,
it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. And then we just had each other on socials for years.
Yeah.
And, when she graduated, I said, congratulations, good for you. And then she was working out one day at the gym and posted a selfie, and I was like, hey, she's cute. And I know her already, so, the odds are good. And I was like, hey, you're really cute, and then we just started Snapchatting, just talking. Then I found out she was coming home because she was at UNF for school up in Jacksonville. One thing led to another. We were both on our gym journeys and working out. And I was just like, hey, why don't we get a lift in while you're here? And I think you got in on a Sunday night, and then we lift. We went to the gym literally every morning of spring break.
Yeah.
Every morning.
Yeah, we did.
And then at the end of it, I was like, I kind of like this, and I don't want you to go off to school and have some other guy at the gym talk to you. So I was just like, let's see if we can make this work. So yeah, probably that was a week.
Yeah, it was not long.
It wasn't long.
Not long at all.
And I was just like, yeah, this works.
I think you had swiped up on that picture of me very end of February, and then we started dating March 20th. So it was a couple weeks.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then next month we hit 3 years.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Which is crazy. It is crazy.
It's a good amount of time.
Yeah, very good amount of time. Is there anything you want to say?
What?
No,
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the pressure's there for a ring, so.
I've already pestered him enough, so I'm not going to harp on it anymore.
So, I got something cooking up for that.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
But yeah, no, other than that, she lived up at school, and I'd probably see her once a month. And then once I got a car that I could feel that it was safe enough to drive that whole drive, because before I had a 99 Wrangler. That was a beater, ultimate beater. Then we started hanging out, maybe twice a month. And then she graduated, and now she's back here putting up with me full time.
Yeah. I mean, I will preface this by saying most of our relationship was medium distance. So I feel like that definitely, I don't know, I feel like it makes it easier now. We both appreciate the time that we spend with each other. Yeah. Because obviously back then it was we'd only see each other in person so many days. And then the other days, you were doing what you had to do. I was doing my schoolwork, jobs, whatever. And so now it's it's so much nicer when you're close to who you're with.
Yeah, and I think having that little bit of separation made us decide that we want to be stronger together, I guess is a phrase for it.
I say that's fair.
So, a little bit of distance never does anyone wrong.
Interesting.
And I really do think it really put us in perspective of, do we want to build, a family with each other? And that really did help. I mean, honestly, it put a lot of relief on on us, and the more that we've put God in the center of a relationship, because we obviously went through a time that we didn't do that, and we both, when we weren't doing that, I think, at least for me, I always felt like there was something missing. And there were times that I fell short because I felt something missing. So I thought it might have been this new shiny thing, or this other thing, or this video game, or hanging out with the boys every night. Like I needed that to know that I wanted my other half right there with me at all times, because I just felt alone. And when you're alone, the enemy is the strongest. That's the best way, I can describe it. And another thing, our values for what we expect as like a family unit is almost identical, and that's probably the biggest thing that helps us and where we are.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously when you get in a relationship with someone, you're going to have different beliefs, values, whatnot, of what's the most important. And we've had plenty of conversations just about our past traumas, experiences, some of how our life was before, we truly came to Jesus. And, learning from all of that and kind of, going back to the word, seeing what, like a family dynamic is supposed to be, and being able to have these conversations, like this is what we strive to be. Obviously, we're going to be imperfect when we get there. It's not going to be butterflies and rainbows, obviously. But we're both I feel like we're very empathetic, compassionate individuals. And I don't know, I feel like together we can, even if we're making mistakes, we'll be able to quickly realize when we fall short. And, I don't think anybody can do wrong if they're constantly thinking, how can I be better? How can I respond in a better way? Especially, when you think of kids in the future. I'm not trying to be like kids because we're not there, but I'm just saying,
No, I'm just kidding.
Kids are very impressionable. They will remember what you say to them, especially. And so, I feel like, we think a lot before we speak, and we try to be careful with our words and what we say. And that's very important because, I don't want to have kids that resent me, or, it's like, oh yeah, my mom's just crazy and, she just says whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's I want to be parents that my kids are trusting enough to go to and can honestly tell me, what's going on.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because, I don't know, I was a hider, and I don't want my kids to be a hider, I guess.
Agreed. Yeah.
Even though I appreciate and I respect my parents, it was just when, I don't know, they had a very structural balance for me. Tim, your schedule was the same as mine at your age. Except I wasn't playing soccer. I did baseball, scouts, church. I did everything. Literally very similar schedules. So for me, I felt like they were always controlling me. So the times that they weren't around, I kind of just went crazy, to be honest. So, and Mystery knows those 3 a.m. Snapchats at Waffle House.
When I say I would open Snapchat, and I was probably senior in high school. We were not working with each other at this point. And I would click on his story, and it would be a 3 a.m. timestamp of him at Waffle House with 10 of his friends. I was like, what is this man doing? Because I did not do any of this. I was like, this is crazy. I was kind of jealous in a way because I was like, dang, that looks fun, but I don't do that.
What about siblings? Did you think I was an only child?
Oh yeah, that was another thing. He never talked about having siblings. Honestly, did not even think his parents were gave a crap about you, if I can say that.
They did.
Because it was just never mentioned. When people say that it seemed like you're a trust fund kid, it's I didn't think you were a trust fund kid, but I was definitely this dude's just like doing whatever, like without his parents. I was like, is his parents like super permissive or something? Because I'm not used to that. Like that was the opposite of my parents. So
I don't know. I just got more freedom, I guess you could say, once I learned the laws of the land. Like, I don't know. I never really argued. Like, if they, like, the biggest rule for them was, like, if my room is clean to the T, I can go do whatever I want.
That's
that was
crazy.
My responsibility.
I wish.
You know, I'd always ask for permission. I'd be like, hey, I think the boys want to go out tonight. And they're like, is your room clean? Is the trash taken out? All right. Don't die, you know, kind of thing. But they would always check up on me. They never would go to bed until I was home. So they cared. It just, I don't know. They had a sense of trust in me. And I don't know. There wasn't really a lot of times that I broke that trust. It was just, I did dumb things. You know? I don't know.
I mean, you're a teenager. Like,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
gonna do. Was all do dumb things.
Oh, yeah. There
Duh.
was definitely some times that, you know... I mean, how open should I be?
Ayo.
To an extent.
Okay, all right. So, one of the funniest times that I actually thought I was going to get in real trouble, it was New Year's, and I finished, so this is 2017, 2018, 2019. I was like 18 or 19. And one night I finished a bottle of Mexican tequila and then 2 bottles of wine in like, I don't know, maybe a 3-hour setting, like 2 hours. And then I was terrified. Absolutely terrified, because I was like, oh my gosh, I got to go home, time to act sober. So my parents are on the couch watching a movie. They celebrated New Year's. I'm just like, head down, walking straight to the bathroom, because I was just gross, and I have to shower. Sorry, that's just like one of the things. So I'm like stumbling. My parents are like, oh, how was it? And I'm like, good. And then I almost fall in the bathtub, and they were just like, John, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I just slipped. And I don't think I ever got caught. Maybe I did. They just never told me. But that was the last time that I ever committed to, like, I said I was done after that. Like, drinking, like, heavy like that. Because the next day I felt terrible. Terrible. So, yeah, don't drink. But I didn't drive. I did not drive home. Okay, just so everyone knows, I had a homie drive me home.
Yeah, I was about to say,
No,
please don't do that at home.
Nothing irresponsible there, besides, being a teenager. But yeah, pretty funny. Not the day after, though.
All right. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna ask another question.
All right, go for it.
A deeper one.
All right.
So what is I guess one big way that you felt the Lord move in your relationship, and when you felt that thing, you were really like,
Oh, like I knew I was gonna marry Mystery?
yeah, but like you knew it was called from God.
Okay. So, one of the things I admire about Mystery is the way she can communicate with kids in a way that is strong, but also loving. Like, and I don't know, it just reminded me of like my mom, and just how she raised us, like my mom raised us to be a certain way, and the way she communicated with us was very important. And there was one time that she was talking to her are they first cousins?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mystery's aunt's kids. And just the way she communicated it, that was just like oh, wow. Yeah, definitely, I just got a sense of peace, and like, it was kind of weird, because it was just like, everything else was blurry, but like Mystery was like shining in like a way that I like knew. And then the second time was actually this year, earlier in January. And it was something so small, but it really like confirmed it. And it was when I asked her to do something for me. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just give me a second so I could record the podcast. And I was just she just was like, oh yeah, and then went into the other room because I was talking about my testimony.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, I don't know what it was. It was just something so small, but it gave me that like peace that
You could trust her.
yeah. And it was one of those things that was just like I wasn't thinking about anything else, but I was just like, that's the heart I want in a partner, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah. yeah. And that's just, I don't know. It was those 2 times were the times that I saw she was my other half. And I don't know. Some people say rib. I don't know. I think it's half. Because we become, you become one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would definitely say it's more than just a rib. I'd say it's half. It's my other half that I really want in my life. So, yeah. Dang. Yeah, but yeah, that's just how it was. And it was, I don't know. It's just like how we can, like the biggest thing for us, we see the difference in every other couple, every single other. It's not just our friends. It's not just our parents. It's not just people in our life. It could be, especially when we go to Disney, we can see how the parents are.
Oh,
in
yeah.
line
And
to
let me
each
tell you,
other.
there are so many families. I'm like, man, are they really just staying together for the kids? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, the way they communicate, everything like that. I'm like, I pray that, if it ever got to that point, like,
No.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And like that's like another thing. Like we haven't been going on them recently, but we try to do a walk every night together. And the biggest thing that I learned that was super beneficial is I asked her, is it a listening? Like, do you just need to rant and I just need to listen? Or is it a problem-solving conversation? And because, guys, we're just brain wired to, oh, you have a problem? All right, let me try to fix it. But the thing is, they don't always want it fixed. Am I wrong? Am I right?
no, you're completely right.
Is you right or is you wrong?
Definitely right.
And I don't know, even having like, for me, example, I have 3 sisters. Like, so for me, there's like, I don't know, there's other things that I can just read on mystery a little bit faster than, I don't know, some other people. And we just notice there's just things that are parts and pieces of the puzzle that just come together to work. It's not always perfect. It's not going to be great every day. There's going to be times that she gets mad at me. There's going to be times she gets mad at me. And there could be times, just maybe, that she gets mad at me. That's all there is to it. I don't know. I don't really get mad at you. I
No,
really
you don't, but there's times you get frustrated.
Yeah, I just get like annoyed.
You get-
but, like I'm
yeah.
not like mad.
No, and I said that to Tim earlier. He was like, he was messing with something, setting it up for the podcast, and he was like, oh, I hope John doesn't get mad at me. I'm like, that, like, he doesn't get mad. It's one of the things that I really admire about you is that you don't, like, you're not easily angered because, I don't know, I wasn't used to that.
Oh yeah.
So,
Tim knows the times I get mad, it's like very serious because it rarely happens.
Yeah, but
you
you-
don't get mad. You just get like, excuse my language. It's not even that bad, but you get like pissed. You don't get mad. You just get pissed sometimes.
yeah.
Like sometimes, like at the marina, something's like not working out right, and it's like a specific individual like doesn't do the right thing. You're like,
Yeah.
so annoying. Like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only time I've ever seen you like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. It's I was always taught it's like a waste of time. It's a waste of energy to sit there and be mad because it
yeah.
already like happened, you know?
Exactly.
And then also, I don't know, having a dad that's an entrepreneur, you see the ups and downs in business. So, I just see life as there's good times, there's bad times, but always be thankful for the good times because you don't know how long those good times are going to be.
I like that. Yeah. A lot. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. All right. I got one.
Oh no.
All right. What was the first thing you guys noticed about each other? That you're like, oh, yeah, like that you guys noticed that was like an attractive feature. You're like, oh, you know, Tim's eyes, or I don't know.
Well, I don't really think it was like a feature because I mean I always thought that like obviously Tim was cute, whatever. Like, okay, like we can pass that point, but like I saw something that was like it's not like of course we started like liking each other because we thought each other were like cute or whatever, but like I think like for Tim, like just seeing I mean, my mom and like dad have always said like I need someone who's like really patient with me because I am like very like planned, we're doing this, frustrated if it doesn't go my way, like stuff like that. And Tim with like all of his friends and like his family and stuff would just be so patient, and I'm not patient, and obviously that's something that I need to work on, but it's just always been like that. Like me and my mom are pretty much the same, like very planning, anxiety, stuff like that. So Tim was like always there for me when I needed someone to talk me out of that. And if there was something that I was like stressed about or anything, he was always like there to talk me through, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, not like in a rude way, just take a step back and look, is this really that big of a deal? Like, you're gonna be okay. Like, you need to calm down. And sometimes I would be like, don't tell me to calm down. Like, this is a big deal. And then 20 minutes later, I'm like, Tim, you were right. Like, this is not a big deal. Like, and he was just so patient with me. And, like, I feel like my parents were like so right when they said I needed someone like that, because when he acted like, sometimes I get frustrated with Tim when he doesn't like tell me the plans or like, what are we doing, or like anything like earlier. But like if like my mom was always tells me like if we both were planning, it would go even worse.
Yes,
like it would be so much more worse. And I really value that about Tim, just the way that he treats me and just makes me feel really special. So yeah.
For me, same thing. I mean, like, I guess we all automatically like each other just because looks. as like, I mean, we're still human, you know.
Let's be for real.
But one thing that I really, really admire about Macy that really stuck out to me that most girls I feel like don't have, like, especially like in my I don't know, generation, is that like I feel like in every relationship, in every godly relationship, you need your partner to bring you closer to Jesus. That's the end goal. That's the point of marriage. You marry someone to make the person act more like Jesus, so that they can have a deeper relationship with God, so that you can glorify God. That's the whole point of living. And one thing that Macy does for me is like she is very like, she will sacrifice a lot for me. And I'm not saying she would literally die for me. I don't know if she would. I don't care. Anyways, but like she really like, and it's like kind of like what you said, it's all like the little things. But like when I'm having a hard day, I'm like, and my car is like half broken, and I could just drive her because that's the right thing to do. She's like, no, it's okay, I can drive. Or like, no, it's okay, I can pay today. Like, even as bad as that sounds, like sometimes like I am so caught like being so busy, I never have time to work, so I barely have any money. And she like really like says, hey, this one's on me today. Like, it's okay. Like, and she's always very just very loyal to a point where I can trust her more than a lot of people, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's made me really, really safe around her, you know?
I feel that. that.
That's great. I love that word, safe. I think everybody should be safe with their partner. If you're not, get into the word, please. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that the public school like thing is like so true, and I think that's why Tim and I value Edge so much, because I mean, when I was a freshman, I like did not believe. I was like a Catholic before, and I went to like a Catholic church in 8th grade, and it was like really harsh. Like they would like give us tests and stuff, and I was like, if this is what a faith is, then I don't want it. And freshman year, I had like these best friends that I'm still really good friends with them since I was younger and stuff. But there was a turning point where someone invited me and I like said no. Like I was like, I don't want to go. Like I just am not interested. And I eventually ended up going. And I mean, it's just crazy because before I went, I was so like into the world. Like I didn't believe in Christ, and I had worldly friends and things like that. And then immediately when I started going to Edge, it was like everything fell into place. Like I was going to public school, but I had to unfortunately make new best friends, and it was really hard. I had to take a step back from those friends that I was friends with since kindergarten, and it was like really difficult like on me, but I found, and we're still really good friends. It's just, I mean, your closest circle should be Christ-like, and all your friends outside, you're supposed to bring them to Christ. And I had to change my friend group a little bit, which was really hard on me. But I mean, I think that's just why we value that so much. But also, like, I mean, I think Tim and I literally had like maybe like 2 like crushes before. Like I don't really think it was anything like serious, like nothing at all. Like literally, and like
cute.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking. I didn't even say anything.
Oh, okay. Anyways, well, I like always wanted like a boyfriend. Like it was like ridiculous. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like I want a boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
And then it was like unnecessary to the point where I was like, I'm done. Like I need to just focus on like God and stuff like that. And literally a month later,
there you go.
Tim and I started dating, and it was like crazy because, but at the same time, like everyone's like, you guys are like, I want a relationship like yours, like where we're dating in high school and we do all these camps and stuff. And I was like, well, I didn't even know like what I was getting myself into, if I'm being honest. Like we didn't even know that it would bloom into this big. Like I feel like sometimes we take it for granted because people don't, like, it's such a blessing to meet each other young because we can go through those experiences together. But like also there was nothing really that I had to worry about with Tim, like when we started dating. Like it wasn't like, oh, like I'm getting myself into something bad. Like we both were in the church, in the word, we were focusing on ourselves before. And then we came together and we were just doing it more like together, I guess. And it really helped us. But I mean, there was nothing really that I had to like worry about before, like, oh, I shouldn't get into this relationship. Like there was nothing ever that serious before.
Okay, yeah.
And I mean, when I started, I think we both like agree that we are very blessed. And like I look around and some of my close friends have never had a relationship and they're like, I want to have that. I'm like, you like just wait, like just focus on God and it'll come, because I had no clue it was coming. Like I didn't expect it at all. So
that is very true, especially the relationship that you see yourself like it going forward more than just, you know, a fling or whatever. Like it's always going to come out of the blue. It's never going to be something that you see like getting there. It's always a time where you're like, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about this anymore. I'm going to focus on other stuff. Not even that much time passes and it's someone just like pops into your life and you're like,